If it's true that we only see like 1% of all that exists, but we only are able to see 1% of the spectrum. Even if I have it wrong and I would say we see 10% of what is real, that is very, very little. A very small perception of what is possibly there, what possibly exists. And having that realization for myself this morning, it is appropriate to let go of the notion that we know anything, really. Because we don't really know as things in actuality are. I think there is even a scripture in the Bible that says we don't know as we ought to know. We don't have the full insight. That little bit that we perceive and see and quote unquote know is a small drop in the ocean of possibilities and potentials. But yet our ego grasps that as the ultimate truth, and we become so narrow-minded and so closed-minded to potentials because we have wed ourselves to this limited experience that we've had at one time in our lives, and then we had a progression of other limited experiences over time, and each one of them are just one frame of the movie that we captured consciously, that we became conscious of. And yet we make that one frame the entire movie. We treat it as if that's the entire movie. And we sit on our nest, on our egg, golden egg of knowledge, that experience that we've had, and treat that as the absolute truth. And well, that's not working, as we can see. We all sit on our golden eggs, protecting that little bit of insight and experience that we've had, and insist that everyone else has to have the same experience or else they are wrong. It's just that model just isn't working anymore, and we need to become more open-minded. We need to become more open to the flow of things, to the flow of possibilities, that everything is a valid experience. Every perception is a valid perception. But they're all just individual movie picture frames of different movies that are playing out. So why we are so incessant that we have the truth and the only truth, and we expect others to join us in that perception and thinking, that is that narrow-mindedness that we need to let go of. We don't know anything really. We get small little snapshots of this grand movie that has so many potentials, so many possibilities. So we just have to let things happen and try to maintain an open flow and maintain love. Above all else, maintain love. That sweetens every experience, even though it may differ from one to another. But love sweetens our individual movie snapshots. And if we can bring them together, we can produce a wonderful story. Yeah, so we don't see everything that could be perceived, and maybe let's not insist that what we have seen and experienced is the only truth.